Welcome to the law, your money, and you. I'm Roberta Sapphire, an attorney in Sharon.
And I'm Camille Barron, a financial organizer, also here in Sharon. Roberta, as everybody knows, health insurance today is becoming more and more of an issue. One of the things that's happening in the healthcare industry is more of a focus on preventive care and also more of a focus on people taking responsibility to manage some of their own conditions. So who do we have for our guest today?
Well, I'm very happy to have a repeat performer, except they do so many wonderful things in the area, but they're from HESSCO. We have Marilyn, Arrott, and Sheryl Leary, and they're from HESSCO, and they have this wonderful pain management program, which is funded by Stanford. Isn't that right?
Well, thank you for having us on again. It's a program called My Life, My Health, and Stanford University designed the program. So we get grants through the community to run the program, and it's a free workshop.
But before you go into the workshop, tell us a little bit about yourselves, both of you, and what you do and the other things you do, and then talk about the program.
Sure.
Well, I work in a program called Options Counseling, and what I do with Options Counseling is I meet with anyone age 18 and over, and anyone who's in need of care or maybe different living arrangements. I talk to them about how they can arrange for that care or where they can live, just discussing what their different options are. And then the other thing I do is I coordinate a family caregiver support program.
Is this all from HESSCO?
This is all through HESSCO.
And I am the information and referral and intake supervisor, and I also run the outreach program. So I'm the outreach coordinator for HESSCO.
Great. Okay, now tell us about the program and how you got into it and what it does and all those goodies. And Camille has a whole list of questions she wants to know.
Okay.
So Your Health is called?
It is.
All right.
And it's a workshop that is for anybody age 18 and over with an ongoing health condition or someone who cares for anybody with an ongoing health condition. And some of those health conditions would be things like diabetes, heart disease, anxiety, arthritis, asthma, and they're referred as chronic medical conditions.
Mm-hmm.
Well, how would the people find you? How do they know this program is going on?
We do have it on our website, HESSCO at HESSCO.org, and when you go on the website, we have a list of community workshops and education programs that they can register right on our workshop. We also promote our program as best we can through press releases out in the community.
Right, and if you just want to make sure to spell that website, HESSCO is HESSCO, and that's probably the quickest and easiest way to find out after the program today, you know, what we have, what we're offering, because we do keep all our different programs on that website.
Well, we're in 11 towns now, so this ought to reach a lot of people.
Tell us, HESSCO I always thought was for seniors, and you mentioned this is for people 18 and older?
Right, well, we offer sort of the traditional state home care program that is just for seniors age 60 and over.
Yes.
But there's a lot more that HESSCO does in the community. And there are several programs that have no age requirements. It can be for adults of any age.
Oh, that's interesting. I never knew that. Did you, Roberta? I always thought it was for seniors only.
Well, the only way I knew about that, I have to say I knew about it because I referred somebody who had a daughter. It was a sad situation. I think you helped them, a daughter who had an aneurysm when she was a high school student, and the mother needed help. There's a situation where the mother didn't know what to do or what was available, and I referred them, so I knew that. Also, years ago, my son dated a girl who worked there.
Oh, okay. He's got inside information.
Yeah, we had inside information, and I know. How many people do you have working over there?
We have at least 40 to 50 people
Yeah.
there. But even so, we have many departments. So we have, in the information and referral department, we may be dealing with people who have disabilities, and we make referrals and we give them resources as well. We also have caregivers that we work with. So we're dealing with many ages in order to give out the resources that people are looking for. We also do fuel assistance, and so that can be different ages.
Oh, that's great.
That's very good.
What's that book there?
We do have the book that we use in our workshop, and it's a book called Living a Healthy Life with Chronic Conditions. So we refer to the book, and so many of the sessions, they're 6-week sessions, 6 consecutive weeks. We meet for 2.5 hours each week, and we deal with different aspects of the chronic medical conditions that people have. And we always ask them, we provide the book, and we ask them to refer to the book in order to learn more.
When someone has a chronic condition, let's say they're not familiar with the program, how would they, once they're referred to you, what would be the process, and what are some of the things they might experience during the program?
Well, what we want to do is get a group of approximately 10 to 22 people in order to have a nice sized group that can work and share their experiences. So that's why we're asking people to register, so that when we do have a group that's of that amount, we will have them register, and then we tell them when it starts. And we've had it at a variety of places. We've had a group at Brigham and Women's, we've had a group at Norwood Housing, we've had a group at the Councils on Aging. So we work at different venues in order to reach as many people in the community as we can.
What kind of a response have you gotten so far?
We've had, we've run 3 of the workshops so far in the community in different settings, and it's been really successful for those people who really go and make this wonderful commitment in their life to make these positive changes. It's been pretty tremendous.
Oh, that sounds wonderful. What kind of changes can you say, as an example, what might somebody make, whether it's diabetes or some other chronic condition, something that they might not known before they came? Can you give any example of something that they walked away with, perhaps, that they wouldn't have known otherwise?
We use a lot of different tools and techniques throughout the 6-week workshop, and one of the main techniques that we use is action planning. And that's a system of really setting small weekly goals for yourself. And there's a way, we really talk about the best way to action plan, which is to really set a very specific goal. Instead of setting a goal, let's say, of losing weight, an appropriate action plan goal would be more to say, okay, I'm not going to snack after dinner. And you can say, okay, I'm not going to snack after dinner, Monday through Friday. You set very specific guidelines, and then you work to achieve them. And then at each session, what we do is we talk about action plans as a group, and then we come back the next week and we talk about how we did with our action plans.
But I got a question here. But that's we're not going to snack. That you should say for you've got to be kidding, because you got to snack. But I mean, how is it done? How is it done with the pain management? This is pain management, right? Like, what kind of goal would they set for pain management? Like, I'm not going to complain about my or I'm going to exercise it out, or like what? There must be many different goals if there's because there's many different pain types, right?
There are many different situations that people encounter when they have a chronic medical condition. So it's like a different cycle. There's so many issues, and some of those issues are pain, fatigue, muscle issues, but some people come, and it depends, because everybody has different issues. They may come if they are looking to lose weight. Somebody may come if they have anxiety issues. Somebody may come if they have diabetes, but they're all different kinds of issues. And each week we work on nutrition, health, and through the action planning For instance, your action plan might be different than your action plan. So if it's somebody that is having issues with pain, they might want to have a different action plan than, say, you, who might be working on your snacking issues. And so we don't really have it specific in that way.
Well, give an example like of pain, because in the end, like Camille started out with, the health plan to pain, then you don't have to go to the doctor, and then we save money on health insurance and that. So what's like somebody has a pain, and it's a chronic pain, what issue would they have?
Well, for example, one of the techniques we do go over in the course is using distraction to help yourself manage pain. And so it's sort of a whole mind-body connection that we kind of make throughout the course of the workshop. So when we specifically go over distraction as one of the techniques, what we do find is that a lot of people might say, okay, my action plan over the next week is when I'm in pain, I'm going to use this specific tool that I just learned called distraction. And we go over how to do it in the workshop so that they can then that week try it at home.
That's excellent, excellent. And it sounds like it helps people to, first of all, have support of others, and
Yeah,
to also
support group.
be, I don't want to use it too harshly, but to be held accountable for something that they say they would like to try. If they know that they have to come back the following week and give an update on it,
Yeah,
it's more
report.
likely that they would probably follow through with it, right?
It is, because it's action plans and goal setting. And when we come back each week, we talk about, in the group, we talk about how we did with our plan. Were we able to self-manage? Were we able to modify it if we weren't unable to do the action plans? Because you have to make the action plans reasonable, something that you feel that you can accomplish, so that when you accomplish, you feel good about self-managing your condition. And so you're learning how to do this through your own small goals that you set each week.
How did Stanford University get involved with this?
Well, they actually developed the program.
Yeah.
Researchers at Stanford University Medical School actually developed this whole program, and they then conducted multiple tests to actually create it as what we call an evidence-based program, which means they have evidence through their research that shows that this program is helpful for people with chronic conditions. It helps improve things like they have less visits to their doctor, less emergency room visits, and their emotional health improves. So Stanford are really the creators, and then what they did is they trained people and how to provide the program, exactly how they developed it. And Marilyn and I attended a training from somebody who had, received the certifications from Stanford. We received our certifications, and then we can go out and lead these workshops.
What a wonderful community service. Now, do they have grants all over the country, or they put it just in this area?
I believe it is all over the
I
country.
think it is nationwide at this point. But every agency or that holds the certifications to provide it gets their own grants.
Quite an endorsement. Now are the hospitals notifying doctors and everybody? Because this would seem a nice thing for the doctors.
We've done mailings to local doctors to let them know that we can, we are providing this workshop.
That's wonderful. So you would be called a facilitator? Is that what you do?
Yes.
Like a facilitator.
We as facilitators also identify as members who have a chronic medical condition. And we do the guiding and teaching of the self-management tools, like the action plans. We teach them how to do the action planning, and we also share as well.
Marilyn and I have both found it helpful because we do action plans each week as facilitators of the group.
You do your own action
We do our own
plans?
action plans, and we report back to the group how we've done. And I know personally
That's
it makes a
something.
different for
does,
me
really?
when I am doing
Really?
the
Have you
workshop.
found pains you didn't know you had? There's an expression, I didn't know I had a pain until it went away.
One of the
What is
things
this one?
that strikes me about what you're saying is you mentioned emotional impact, because a lot of people don't realize that if someone has a chronic discomfort, whether it's a pain or some other symptom, inevitably it affects their emotional outlook. Might create depression, it might create anxiety. Have you seen that even though somebody might have a physical condition, have you noticed that there's been a change as well in their attitude and emotional outlook?
Yes, good point, Camille. Oftentimes with chronic conditions, it might bring on frustration, anger, inability to, and you know what, it can affect the person as well as the people around them.
Mm-hmm.
And so, yes, we have had people voice their frustration with dealing with their conditions, and so anger is one of the issues that we do talk about and work on, as well as communicating, how to communicate the effects of your condition with your family and your loved ones that are close to you.
I had a friend, this was quite a few years ago, not here locally, who has, she's still a friend, fibromyalgia.
Oh, yeah, that's
And-
common though,
and
isn't it? A lot of people
she-
have that.
You know, we would go out together, we'd make plans to go someplace, and sometimes at the last minute, like 1 or 2 hours before we were supposed to go, I get a phone call, and she'd say, I really don't feel up to it. And in the beginning, I didn't understand. I thought, well, can't she just make plans ahead of time and keep the plans? She explained that she
I
has
have a relative.
fibromyalgia, and now I understood.
Yeah, but if you
That's
have,
the way it
if
is.
you have however you pronounce it,
Fibromyalgia.
thank God I don't have that. I got other things. but you have these people say, well, I can't work. I can't get a job because I have fibromyalgia. Well, so-and-so got it too, and they're working. Does that stop you from working? It's pain, right? What
That
is
is
fibro?
one of the
I can't even
examples
say it.
that we use, is that oftentimes when you have a health condition, it depends on the day as to what you can and cannot do. And so, again, it's all in communicating to the people that you're meeting or living with as to certain ways how to get it across that this is just not a good day. This is not a good day. Can we do some, like you modify your situation through self-management tools again. We teach self-management tools in order to learn how to modify your situation and to take back control. That's what you're trying to do.
That brings
is-
up a point, is have you found that one of the areas of frustration for people is employment? Have you found that people might have a condition where some days they're just